Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Big Blue Unfiltered Podcast, talking New York Giants football and the NFL. Here now is Ian Campbell, Brian Gallagher Jr., and Greg Rommel.
And we're back with our mock draft recap. Or no, not mock
Not
draft.
Mac.
We
Not
did,
mock.
We did the regular draft now.
Oh, yeah.
A couple beers in, we're fine.
Yeah. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco
Happy
de
Cinco de
Mayo.
Mayo.
I hope we had a couple margaritas. I hope everyone else did.
Had to.
Damn right.
So today we're going to do our draft recap, just the 7 rounds. We're going to do our UDFAs next episode, along with our interior O-line review. Other than that, this should be a good episode. Should be nice and quick. Should be good recap. If people want to just hear a brief overview about who we drafted,
Draft a little bit. Yep.
yeah. So we should be fine there. But Greg, I think you wanted to lead us off today.
I do. I am fully calling this the Colin Cowherd comedy segment, Comedy Corner.
I love it.
love it.
So
Greg
basically-
watches Colin Cowherd all the time
yes.
because
For the content.
for the great content he puts out.
Yes. So basically, my schedule is I have lunch because I work from home and teethe in front of the TV waiting for Colin Cowherd to basically say something negative about the Giants. So today's
He's hyped.
version of it was the Giants signed probably the best defensive tackle in football.
Aaron Donald,
Okay, Aaron Donald.
Top three.
top
Top
5
3.
without a doubt.
Okay, we'll spread out the top 5 to a 4-year, $90 million deal, $60 million guaranteed. Dexter Lawrence, which in our opinion is probably a steal.
Well, when you consider
Yes.
that Jeffrey Simmons got a deal that was $4 million more, I mean, $1 million a year, it is what it is. You know, when you're an NFL team, $1 million a year is nothing.
You could
not
argue,
really
But
that
a
you
guy,
could argue they're
a guy who's arguably worse than Dexter Lawrence, making more than him.
not significantly worse.
No, but
yeah.
not as good as Lawrence, making more than him. You have to say that this is a great deal for the Giants.
Absolutely.
It's a heck of a deal. And also, too, you have to have a very good interior player on every team.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Chris Jones with Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Aaron
I mean, look
Donald
at
with
what
the
the
Rams.
Washington
Yeah.
D-line does to us with... They have nobody but D-linemen.
They have what?
You know what's
Deron
interesting?
Payne.
Chase Young.
Sweat.
Yep.
Chase Young.
Chase
They
Young.
didn't
They
pick
turned
his
down that
year.
fifth-year option. I mean,
That's-
I'm not super surprised because he doesn't really
He's
play
been
a ton.
hurt. Yeah.
And when
He's
he
been
does
banged up.
play, it's not like he's dominant.
He's
Yeah.
like a Jadeveon Clowney 2.0.
He's kind of been
A
a,
little
bust.
bit. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
kind of been a bust. But anyway, so Colin Cowherd liked the signing of Dexter Lawrence, but spun this into we overpaid DJ. We're now everybody has us by basically by the balls for wanting contracts and money. And
God forbid you pay a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, right.
and you know what? We know this. We didn't pay him that much.
No.
Jalen Hurts got $255 million
I mean, Jones
for
is-
having one good season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jones making
that's
what?
it.
Is making what? 19 million this year?
I think so.
That's it.
And I think his max year throughout the contract
Yeah.
is 40.
40 or 50, something like that, I think.
Yeah. 1 year though. It's not like
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But Cowherd basically said, obviously we overpaid DJ. Now we're hamstrung into paying Barkley, which I don't think we are.
Not at all.
I think signing Barkley would work out well for them cap-wise this year.
It
Of course.
depends
Yeah,
what they
'cause
sign him to. Have you seen those rumors that it's going to be like 14 a year?
Yeah, I did
Which,
see that.
why would they go up?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but the good thing is that if they sign him to a long-term deal, they could spread out the cap. Like the
True.
franchise tag
That's
is
true.
$10 million right off the top.
Yeah.
So
Guaranteed.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
You could probably
So you can
free
make that
up
like
at least
6, 7.
You
True.
could free up at least $5 million just
I
signing him
don't
to
know
a
if they're
Yeah,
done
I
making
agree.
moves yet, but I think the big name guys are off the board.
Yeah, well, we also have to wait until
Yeah.
the June 1st cuts.
Yeah, because Galladay's gone, but there's a lot of guys that are going to go as far as June 1st goes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I could see a couple, maybe 1 or 2 O linemen being cut. Maybe Lemieux.
I could see Lemieux getting
Mhm.
hurt.
Especially because I don't know who they plan to have at left guard. I think it's going to be Azudu.
I guess so.
Glowinski.
Or no,
Probably.
Bredesen.
No, Bredesen.
Bredesen,
Yeah.
Azudu, Glowinski. You got 3
Yeah.
guards right there.
Mhm.
Just drafted a center. I think they'll figure it out. But I don't think Lemieux is in the future. I think he gets cut.
I think they axe Pert too.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think they like Tyree Phillips as the backup
Yeah.
swing guard. And they have other guys, but I don't. Pert didn't even play last year when we needed him.
No, he's just not a good player. That was the biggest reach of the Dave Gettleman era.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, I mean, either way, we are pretty happy with the draft. But before we get into that, I think we're going to start with our Around the League segment. All right, so we'll lead off with the Dexter Lawrence contract. I think we're all very happy with it. 22 and a half a year, I think the math was.
Just about.
Something like
Yeah,
that. It's
something around there.
490, something like
Yeah.
that. I like it. I mean, when you get a top interior D lineman like that, that's about what he gets owed.
Yeah.
The big issue is Leonard Williams. You cannot pay this man $32 million this year.
No,
Mhm.
I think they're going to be trying to restructure that deal
Yeah.
Yeah.
actively.
Yeah, they have to do something. 'cause
I'd
he's-
love to
he's
just
making-
extend
It's
him.
way too much.
extend him for like
Give him
2
another
years.
$10 million and extend him. So this year he makes 22 and next year he makes 22.
Mhm.
Yep.
It saves you cap.
Yeah.
And you're fine.
And they have plenty of cap space next year.
Yeah. Did you see Justin Fields got his degree today?
Did he really?
Oh, he did.
He did.
Interesting.
He continued his coursework at OSU while he was with the Bears, and he got his degree.
Good for him.
So I'm not the biggest Justin Fields guy,
Good
but
for you, Justin Fields.
seeing a quarterback do that while he's still in the NFL kind of makes me think, all right, this dude does put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
Also, too, he's probably just thinking like after football. Like,
He does look
That's what-
like the most.
Yeah.
He looks like the most promising quarterback to come out of Ohio State in years.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Cardale Jones Stroud does, because they didn't go to play school.
No,
He's not a test taker.
I'm not
Yeah.
a test taker. He
What a
he said-
terrible
hold on.
answer,
He's
by the way.
no. You know what's even worse? He said, "I may not be the smartest quarterback in the
Oh,
draft,
God.
but I'll be one of the smartest quarterbacks in the NFL."
literally every day of a quarterback's life is a fucking test.
Tell me
Every
how
day.
that statement makes
I,
sense.
I don't know. I don't think he's going to be any good.
Oh, Ian, here you go. Little Meadow Soprano getting an AK-47.
Man,
Yeah,
Meadow. Late
So we
season,
have the
as soon as
Sopranos
she
on
turns
and-
yeah,
in the background.
we're doing a real Jersey thing.
watching some Sopranos while
Yeah.
we record. But 18-year-old Meadow,
Smoke.
Isaiah Pacheco, Rutgers guy,
Mm-hmm.
played in the Super Bowl with a broken hand and a torn labrum.
Seriously?
Yeah, he did.
Wow,
That's a dog.
Oh yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Rutgers or you?
He's one of those dudes who, when you watch him run, it almost feels like your TV is gonna like shake off the wall because of how
it's-
hard he runs.
It's like a Ahmad Bradshaw. You remember the
Yeah.
Ahmad Bradshaw like head bobble?
Every
whenever-
step
yeah.
was like a stomp.
Ahmad
Yeah.
was like the perfect balance of like downhill but shifty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mekhi Becton says he's a left tackle, and Robert Saleh says earn it.
That checks out.
Everything's going great with the Jets. Everything's fine.
That
I-
checks out.
There's just so many things with the Jets that like their fans are so pumped about Rodgers. Meanwhile,
They
Rodgers
got
is like,
Rod-
yeah, I might go to like half the community camps or half the camps.
They got
And
Randall
Jets fans
Cobb.
are like, oh, that's fine. That's fine.
They got Randall Cobb though.
Oh God,
Did you hear this about in the draft?
what?
So Belichick, you know how they traded back?
Yes.
So Belichick apparently was basically fielding calls about that pick, obviously, but was asking who they were thinking about drafting. So he purposely was waiting for someone to say Broderick Jones because the Jets were trying to get a left tackle.
Oh,
that was
yes.
their whole goal. So apparently Belichick fielded a bunch of calls. Everybody was like, "Oh, we're going to draft a corner. We're going to draft a running back."
Yeah.
And then the Steelers said, "Oh, we're going to take Broderick Jones." And apparently Bill was like, "Okay, we'll trade the
He
pick with
knew
you."
the Jets wanted
Yeah,
him.
to get in front of the Jets,
That's incredible.
to not let them have the opportunity. To
I
do
love that Jets fans are freaking out about it. Like, why would you do that? It's like, because he's a division rival.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
that. What a move!
It's amazing. The Patriots
Well,
moved back,
it's-
2-3 picks
it's
this-
basic-
to get the player they wanted.
The
and
Patriots
through the
got-
Jets.
Eagles and the Cowboys did a couple years
Yeah.
ago. The Giants.
The Patriots got the best cornerback in the draft.
yeah, Gonzalez is
Wow.
a stud.
He's the best
I
cornerback
don't
in the
know,
draft.
Deontay Burks.
Well,
Oh,
bias
Porter.
out of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Most technically sound Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, but either
Yeah.
way, the Jets got screwed and they're bitter about it.
yeah.
They're way over optimistic about Rodgers, but we'll get into that when the season starts, and
Yeah.
we'll let that go.
and we can let the Jets be the Jets.
we'll let them enjoy their
We'll-
time.
we'll
now,
let that
because
slide.
Yeah.
you win
Yeah.
games in April.
Just let it marinate.
Yeah. Lamar says he's going to continue to represent himself
Okay.
because that's worked out so far
Yeah.
for him.
Well, I mean, he got paid, so
Somewhat.
I know, but like still.
yeah.
And Harbaugh burped. The Ravens are not out on Peters
Okay.
because they signed Rocky Sin.
I
Now,
would
I bring
like
that up because I like Peters as a potential
I would like
Giant
Peters.
Yeah.
signing.
But they have to make space.
Yeah, free up some cap. Maybe bring in Peters as a cornerback too, because I don't know if Robinson or Banks
Flott.
are going to really be the guy day one.
Mm-hmm.
And Peters has been with Wink before,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it could work out.
And Peters is a good man coverage guy, so
Yeah,
it works out
He,
perfectly.
he kind of looks like a giant too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he's just that kind of guy. He kind of gives me Antrell Roll vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where kind of
Oh, true. Yeah, yeah.
where he's good but not amazing, and our coach would kind of elevate him to a
Could
new
be
level.
like a hybrid
yeah.
safety
Yeah,
cornerback.
yeah. Plus, if Banks excels in camp, Peters can play that safety corner hybrid position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a pretty solid transition, I think, right? To our round one pick,
Yeah. Let's go into.
Deontay Banks.
Going to Banks.
Deontay Banks.
So we traded up for him. I think we were all a little shocked by the trade up.
Yeah.
It was only
Yeah,
one spot
for sure.
But now hearing that I think Dallas wanted to move up and get
Yes.
him,
Yep.
which is why we moved up, I'm all about it.
Well, originally the Giants wanted to move up.
They wanted Flowers.
They wanted to save Flowers.
Yep.
Which would have been huge. He was my favorite receiver after.
I think it was
everything
like,
said and done.
we want him, but we're not willing to like go up 4 picks.
Well,
to
yeah,
get
I guess
him.
the price might have been too much, but
well, not even that. I think it was like a we like him, but we don't love him kind of thing.
okay.
Yeah, I think
Because if you love a guy, you go get him.
it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
I think Zay Flowers would have been a great pick. I would have been all about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it kind of came to be, like, the cornerback was a massive need.
Yeah, we
For
had
us.
Jackson, and that's it.
Which we,
Pretty much.
in all honesty, kind of overlooked a little bit because we were.
Well, there weren't many
Not-
free agents. And-
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we talked about Joey Porter because we.
Yeah,
had-
we talked
had
about
Clark
Joey
Phillips,
Porter,
Joey
but-
Porter.
Clark
Those-
Phillips fucking
but we were
fell.
Both of them fell. We were
No,
wrong
Clark
all over the place.
Phillips
But
fell.
we were higher on being like grabbing a safety or
Yeah.
doing
Well, we
something
wanted
like
Branch.
that. Brian Branch.
Yeah.
But
If you listen to our
Deontay
live
Banks,
draft,
like,
you
I
know.
obviously we didn't know a
Yeah.
ton about him. We didn't really scout him. But when you watch
Well,
the
a lot
film,
of our mocks had him
he's
going
a
in the
great,
teens.
He's a great athlete.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
think
fantastic
most of our
athlete.
mocks had him going in the teens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is why we didn't bother to
Unbelievable
look at
how
him.
he fell.
Yeah,
So
like he was ranked as a top 3 or 4 corner in the draft.
great.
I mean, he's good. He's
He's quick. He's good in man coverage.
He's 6
Yep.
foot 200. He's got size.
He's
Really
fast.
good athlete.
The problem is when he gets beat, he gets a little grabby. But
Yeah.
I think that
I mean, you say he's fast. He ran a 4.35. That dude has wheels.
yeah. But when he gets beat, he grabs a little bit, which I
Yeah.
think can get cleaned up.
He's a little, he's a little grabby.
just
I
get-
think all college corners grab a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from what I
Yeah.
saw, or from what I've saw and heard, is the inside release gives him fits.
Yep.
yeah, but
so-
his lower body he's got good hips.
Yeah.
So it's a guy that will learn quickly, I think.
Yeah.
He'll adapt very
Yeah,
quickly.
I think he's going to be able to adjust well. And
Also,
Play
too,
well.
inside release, if you get beat there, that's what separates safeties in the NFL from safeties in college.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they're able to come down and figure
Yep.
out because their cue is basically off that corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody gets on the inside, that's their job to basically come in.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
the one thing I'm not excited about him with is he doesn't seem like a run defender. Not like that. Not that I want a corner to be a run defender,
I thought he was all right in
all
run.
right.
Yeah.
but he's not great at containing a running back, like keeping him pushed to the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like he will let a guy bounce out.
Yeah.
But that also seems like you could clean that up with coaching.
Everything
100%.
negative about him is absolutely coachable,
Mm-hmm.
which is huge.
Yeah.
Because when you take a guy at 24 now, because we traded up a pick,
Yeah.
you want a coachable player.
Yeah.
You want a guy that has fixable tendencies. And realistically, at 24, you're not looking for a day one starter. You're looking for a guy that through training camp and maybe the first 6-7
Can
weeks of the season
improve.
rotates in.
Yes.
And then maybe the second half of the season, he's a starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's really when I'm expecting to see Banks playing meaningful snaps.
100%.
Second half of the
Exactly.
season.
100%.
If he's on the field to start the season, he's playing well. Amazing. Great pick. If he's does nothing his rookie year, I'm disappointed, but I'll give him the second year.
Yeah.
Because of how
Yeah.
late in the first round he was.
Yep.
100%.
And because of the fact that he's a corner.
Yeah, it's got to be
A lot of
totally different.
It's the
ballgame.
hardest position in the NFL.
Yeah.
to
A
do.
by
lot of
far.
corners
By
just
far.
can't come
Corner
in
and quarterback.
by far.
A lot of corners just can't come in and
Yeah.
dominate.
Well, think of how many corners there are in college every given Saturday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got one. Think about it, one SEC game has probably 4 starting corners. You got the top 2.
Yeah.
You got the nickel guy,
And you have to learn.
and you got the
different-
rotational guy.
And
You
you
gotta
have
think
to,
4
about it.
guys,
and
You
you
gotta
have
think
to,
on
about
each
it.
team. So now you have 8.
Yeah.
So that's one game, and now you look at the whole SEC, right? That's I don't even know how many teams that is. What SEC is 12 teams.
something
So
like
now
that.
8
Yeah.
times 12
Yeah.
is 96.
Yeah.
So now you have 96 guys in the SEC that are starting corners.
Just playing cornerback.
And that's the SEC.
Yeah.
Now you're not talking Big 10, Pac-12.
it's crazy.
Like,
Well, then you have to
but
learn.
then how
the-
many guys come out in the draft every year as a legitimate playable
Oh
corner
well,
in the
hold
NFL?
on. Well, Maryland.
Like
if, there,
5.
if there's 1,000
Maryland
corners,
was ACC.
no,
Or no, Maryland is Big Ten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, but I'm just saying there's so many.
Same thing
it's
as
it's like
Rutgers,
it's one of those
yeah.
positions like offensive line. There's 5 starters on every team.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them in the college football legitimately make the NFL?
Yeah.
It's one of those positions that needs work.
And then you also have to learn
Ton of
the
work.
Yeah.
intricacies of each of these receivers on
Yeah.
these different teams.
Yep.
And
Each of them
our
are different.
division does not make it
Yeah.
easy.
Each
So
of
you
those
have
receivers
AJ
are
Brown
different.
and Devonta Smith, who are 2 totally different receivers.
Yes.
AJ Brown will body the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Devonta Smith will beat you over the top. Then you have Terry McLaurin, and now it looks like
CeeDee Lamb.
Well, who's
Like-
that dude that Washington just drafted a year or 2 ago? That's pretty good.
Oh, Dotson.
Dotson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
Dotson.
pretty good. And you have Lamb. You have tight ends that you might have to cover every once in a while.
I
You got
think-
Goddard.
I-
you
I
got
think
well,
that's
not
a
Schultz
big-
anymore, but
Mm-hmm.
it's
I
crazy.
think that's a huge reason why the Giants drafted Banks is because he's big and physical,
That-
and AJ Brown is big and
That's
physical.
another
You
thing
gotta
with the
deal
draft.
with that guy for
you want
the next couple of years.
to try to match up with your division.
Ideally.
100%.
You play your division the
100%.
most.
Yeah. Now, if everything breaks out perfectly, you'll have Adoree on the one side,
Yep.
Banks on the other, and Cordell Flott in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Got your 3 corners.
we love.
Mhm.
We
You got
love
McKinney
Flott.
at safety. The because McKinney's the free safety.
Free safety.
I always mix them up.
The strong safety position is a little weak this year.
Yeah, McKean.
We'll get to that when we break down strong safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
have
they still could improve. Who knows?
our secondary is much improved. I think Banks is going to be a great addition.
Yes.
I'm saying right now, do not expect anything his rookie year. If I hear any Giants fan going after this kid his rookie year,
No. Yeah.
they're no longer a Giants fan in my mind. With a rookie corner, he's not Sauce Gardner. You didn't take him 3rd overall.
Yes. Gotta
You
give
take
there's,
him
24th
there's different expectations.
Yeah, when you take a corner 24th overall, you're looking end of the season and 2024.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you want out of Banks.
Yep.
If he progresses ahead of time, beautiful. Great pick. Joe Shane's a
Yep.
wizard.
Yep.
2nd round, I think we were all shocked by this pick. Not
I-
shocked by the pick. Shocked that he was there.
I was shocked that the
best pick.
Jets didn't take him. Because, the
That was pretty
Jets
shocking.
Jets stood up there,
Well, they Jetsed
in
it
my
up.
opinion.
But what we're going to do here is we know who he took. We're going to kick to Greg, say his name, give us a recap.
Yep.
Give us that O-line breakdown.
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously the Giants, I think, pick 57.
I believe
Think
you're
so.
right.
I
Yeah.
believe so. Late in the 2nd round, John Michael Schmidt, center out of the University of Minnesota. He
6'3.5", 301. Good size.
So good size. He is by far the best interior offensive lineman in this draft.
I haven't heard
And the
anyone
fact-
say
Over
otherwise.
even over
And
the
the-
guards?
Even over the guards.
Okay.
Even
He-
over the
he
guards.
is-
Yeah.
as good as he is at center, he's so much better than the guards.
Yeah.
Yeah. he's-
Everyone, like the Jets took Tittman. I
Yeah.
think they want him to play center. Realistically, Tittman's going to end up as guard.
Tall. He's
so
He's going to end up
tall.
as a guard.
And also like
But
Osiris
JMS is a
Terrence,
center.
that kid from Florida,
Torrance?
that guard.
Yeah.
Torrance. Like John Michael Schmidt is head and shoulders
Yeah.
above that kid.
Oh, yeah.
That kid.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
But Torrance is a guard.
Yeah.
It's just the center position I don't think has the value that people should give it.
No, and it should get a little bit more value, but he is a fantastic player. His strike right out of the gate is good. He gets to the 2nd level perfectly. The only knock I have on him is sometimes he stands straight up,
Yep.
which he needs to probably work on because
Coachable.
it's
Absolutely.
100% coachable. Yeah, but you watch him on film, he is able to transition off the guard up to the 2nd level
Yep.
perfectly.
You know who his favorite center is in the NFL? Ryan Jensen.
a
A
good center.
I
dog.
love that.
I
A
saw
dog.
You know what I saw?
Yeah.
I saw a clip, and I don't know if I sent it to you guys. I saw a clip that was Jeff Saturday college clips next
Oh, at
to
North
JMS
Carolina?
college clips.
Yeah.
And they were borderline identical.
I
Saturday's
love that.
smaller than he is.
Yeah.
But the way they play, the way they command the offensive line was
Schmitz,
very similar.
Schmitz is
Yep.
fantastic in the run.
Well,
you just watch him.
You know, his comp is Linderbaum, who we wanted last
Which is
year.
fantastic.
And Linderbaum came in as a rookie and is already borderline an all-pro center.
Yeah, and I think the Giants basically work. So some teams work their calls off the guard, like they make the calls,
Yes.
they look for the coverage,
Yep.
and what the linebackers are doing. The Giants always and forever have worked it off the center.
Yep.
So that was the problem with Feliciano, which is why we had
my,
a lot
my
of
eyeballs almost went to my
But
brain.
this is
Fat
but this
fuck
is a
Feliciano.
real reason of why we had a ton of problems in
Yeah.
the run game.
Yep.
Is because he wasn't calling out the linebacker
Yep.
coverage, and this always happens. So he's going to be fantastic at that, John Michael Schmidt.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
You know what
Perfect.
I love about him?
He's a smart player.
I love a lineman that can just drop an anchor.
Yes.
So for people who haven't heard us say it before, dropping an anchor, it's basically when you see those linemen hit their block and then just suddenly there's no movement.
Yes.
The D end, the D tackle, and the lineman don't move. JMS does that.
Yeah.
Also, side note, we had a great draft for nicknames. Tay Banks, the bank's not closed. The bank's closed on
Yeah.
Sundays. JMS,
The bank's not.
Highlight Hyatt. I mean, great draft for nicknames.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But JMS can drop that anchor and just lock up a D tackle, which is awesome. God, I'm pretty sorry.
Those margs getting to you?
No, it's a Miller Lite. But we got to remember the Cowboys just drafted Mazai Smith.
Yep.
A solid D tackle. Listen, they may have reached, they may have screwed up, but he's a solid D tackle.
Yeah.
We liked him.
We're not knocking the player. We're knocking the spot he got taken.
Yes.
Which is the same thing I
Now-
said about Will McDonald with the
Yes.
Jets.
The Eagles already had Jordan Davis. We can acknowledge he's not a good pass rusher,
Yes.
but Jordan Davis is a fantastic run stuffing D tackle. He's basically Damon Harrison.
Yeah.
And
well, he's massive. He's like
while I'm
400
not
pounds.
threatened by that, I know that he's an absolute menace, just clogging gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they also traded up and reached for Jalen Carter.
100%.
Now you could argue, oh, well, they took what they take 9.
Yeah.
I think so.
Jalen Carter's gonna be a good D tackle. Do the Eagles need D tackle? In my opinion, no.
And
it was
is he going to stay on the straight and narrow and not
That's
be an
also that.
asshole?
This Georgia
I
team
think
looks like
that's
the
the
new
biggest
2000s
thing. Yeah.
Miami
Yeah.
team, where everyone gets arrested and thrown in jail. But when you have a Daron Payne, we have a division full of great D lines.
Yeah.
When you have a guy like JMS that inside can just drop that anchor and lock up one of those stud D tackles and just kill that player out of that play, it's over. Like, we have been
Yes.
desperate for a player like that on the inside.
Also, too, he's going to elevate the guard play.
Yeah.
Because he is such
they
a
don't
good
have
player.
to worry about it up the middle.
Yeah. Also, like, I'm telling you, like, when they go to the second level, he's going to get over
Yeah.
on those guys and let those guys go to the second level.
As much as
yeah.
we dislike Glowinski as a long-term option, we can absolutely say he's a solid league average guard
Very solid.
right now. That's it. But league
Above average. Above average.
I'd give him. I would say average guard.
So another
Yeah.
talking point with Schmitz that's come up is his dead ball snap position.
Yes.
Yes.
Greg, do you want to give some insight on what that is and how it may affect?
Just
or?
the differences between the
Yeah.
two snaps.
Yeah, so basically, essentially, the dead ball snap is instead of holding the ball by the seams and
Like you're about
basically
to throw it like a
placing
pass.
on the ground, you're basically palming it.
Yeah.
So
Long
you're,
ways.
Yes, long ways, and you can grab it a couple different ways. You can grab
So
it.
I think the back end is down, right? Or
The
is
balls-
it the front end?
the balls-
the front
Yes.
end,
The-
the
the
front
ball-
end is down, or is
No,
it
no,
the back
so
end?
the ball's the same position. It's where your hand is.
Oh, okay.
So
Yes.
it's if your middle
Yeah.
finger's on the top is the dead ball grip.
Gotcha.
And if your thumb is on the top, that's what's I guess
The
is
normal?
the standard
Yeah,
grip
so basically, essentially, you're pushing the ball down a
with
little
four
bit.
fingers
with
instead of
four
two.
fingers
Okay.
instead of this way where your hand is like on
Yeah.
the side. Obviously.
So if anybody has a football, imagine you're a quarterback.
Yes.
You're about to throw the football. Now imagine throwing
That's a
it through
traditional
your
snap.
legs like a quarterback. That's the traditional snap.
Yes.
Now, if you were to put your middle finger on the seam on the side of the ball with your pinky on the laces and your thumb on the opposite side of the ball and snapped it, like flicking your wrist between your legs, that's the dead ball snap.
Yes.
If you Google dead ball John Michael Schmitz, you'll see how he's holding it.
You'll see it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of guys do this.
We'll tweet
in
it out.
college.
We'll
Yeah,
tweet it
a-
out.
A lot of guys do this in college. So personally, to me, I don't think it makes a huge difference.
Did you ever play center, Greg, or were you always guard?
So I was always a guard, but I did cross train
Mm-hmm.
for center at some point. So
Did you have that dog in you?
no, I did.
Oh, you didn't have that dog in you?
Didn't have the dog, but basically,
That's why he's doing a podcast and not playing the
yeah,
NFL.
exactly. I think it really just comes up to what DJ
Yeah.
wants to do.
Well, so
Like,
yeah.
so Bobby Skinner, and that's basically big time Greg, Bobby Skinner. He tweeted he was basically like, so the dead ball snap is more accurate, but you lose velo on the snap. And we were talking, how much velo can you really lose? That's
Yeah,
going to make a difference.
Is it that noticeable?
personally,
right?
Is it
Like, how quickly do you need to
in
get the ball
in
to
the game?
quarterback?
Is it that much of a difference?
Exactly.
Where it causes a problem?
I think the only thing that could affect the dead ball snap is probably under center, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
just getting in a weird
Grip.
but the ball's further away
Mm-hmm.
than how it is in traditional snap.
Yeah.
So you're basically traditional snap, you're flicking it back
Mm-hmm.
this way,
Yeah.
like towards whatever.
Yeah.
Now,
Like DJ's a right-handed guy,
Yeah.
so like this way.
and now
but
my theory is
it's-
it's May. It's basically rookie camp. Not rookie camp, but
The New York media is just searching for anything to talk
I
about.
think they're going to let him snap how he's comfortable until he
course.
learns the
They should.
offense.
Yeah.
And once he learns the offense, then if they want to change it, they'll have him change it.
It all
Yes.
comes. It
But
all
they're
comes
not going
down
to
to.
have him change how he plays while also learning the offense.
It also
Yeah.
comes down to whatever DJ likes.
Yeah,
100%.
which
So-
they interviewed JMS and he was like, "Yeah, Jones has no problem. It's
Yeah.
fine."
I really don't think it matters, personally. But
So 3rd round pick, we traded up 16 picks.
I
Jalen Hyatt, this
I-
is our guy.
I don't
love
I don't
this.
remember the picks we gave up, but in the end, I think we ended up taking.
think it was
what,
a-
6 guys,
was it
7
a-
guys.
It was a 7th, and I think it was our second, 5th.
I think so.
Yeah,
but what
we
a
ended-
smart move.
I think we ended
by
up trading,
Schoen.
or we ended up taking 7 guys total. I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Which,
Yeah.
and we had 10 picks or 11 picks. So in the end, we moved 4 picks for 7 guys, which I'm fine with. Now, my biggest thing is
With Hyatt?
No.
Oh.
So we had Banks, JMS, and Hyatt all mocked to us at 25,
Yep.
Yes.
and we got them throughout the first 3 rounds. So
Love it.
is that saying that mock drafts and analysts are really that dumb? Or did Shane have a great draft?
I think
And analysts just have no idea. what
I
these
think
players
I think
are.
it's really
dude, Joe
just.
Shane. What a fucking
I
move.
think it's a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
think analysts have no idea what teams are thinking, and Shane is a wizard.
Yes. You're a wizard, Joe.
Yes.
you're a wizard,
So,
Larry.
I
so
love
Jalen
Hyatt.
Hyatt, Brian, go on. You said
So-
you love him. Talk about him.
So I love Hyatt. I didn't love him in the first. I know I mocked him in
Just
the
like
first.
we didn't love JMS in the first.
Yeah, I mocked Hyatt in the first when we were just getting into the draft. All
I
that
think
fun
realistically,
stuff.
we all liked him in the second.
Yes,
Just like we would have loved to trade up for JMS, we would have loved for Hyatt to fall to us in
Yeah.
the second.
Yes.
So the fact that we got him in the
Hyatt
third
in the second
is
would have
awesome.
been Hyatt in the second would have been a great pick.
Yeah.
Hyatt in the third, fantastic
Yep.
pick. So the knock on him is he's very much seems to be a straight line guy, just
Yes.
like a home run hitter. Not very good at.
What are you, the Cowboys receiver coach?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, remember that?
I know.
jeez.
He wants to prove him wrong.
Go on. We'll address that after.
I
Brian
So-
love
does
that, by the way.
breakdown.
I absolutely love that.
So he's a straight line guy, not so much a route runner,
Yes.
so to speak. And in college, he was on the lighter side. I think he was at 170, 180.
His combine numbers are 6 foot 176.
Okay,
Yep.
so 170 he weighed
He
in at
said
the
he was going to play
combine.
at 190.
So at rookie minicamp, he weighed in at 185. And he wants to add on another 5 pounds to play, I think, at 190.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
looked a
he's-
little
I
bigger.
think he's 6 feet.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's got good size.
He ran a 4.4. So as long as he's not giving up huge
Yeah.
speed by throwing on 15
No.
pounds.
So
I
if he
don't- I
can
don't think
keep
he will.
the speed along with the weight, this is fantastic. And I hope his route running can get better. I'm not going to say it will because I don't know.
I
Just
don't
given
think he's
the,
a bad route runner. I think he ran limited routes in college.
he ran a lot of either streaks
Yeah, it was-
or
it was,
he was-
slants.
all
he was a
streaks.
deep
Yeah.
ball.
Brian's,
Streaks or
Brian's
slants.
100%
He
right.
was a
It's
deep
just
ball
all
guy.
streaks.
Yeah.
streaks
Yeah.
or slants.
The Tennessee offense was a track meet.
It
Yes.
was
Now,
100%.
now,
Get-
it's
get-
not that Hyatt can't run routes. It's that he wasn't necessarily like. So you know how we talked about Rashee Rice,
Yes.
where it was like this dude was never really asked to run the routes at
Yep.
SMU because he was just like, well, "Fuck it, go deep."
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Rashee, go deep. You run a 4.2, you're gonna burn these.
go on
things.
get
Yeah, go on, get. Go on, get. I'll hit you. But I think Hyatt's the same way. Where like, go deep. I'll throw it to you. I'm Hendon Hooker. I'm going to air it out.
But the Giants need a home run hitter.
Well, yeah.
yeah.
This
But-
guy
but it's
got
it's
5
not that he can't run these routes. It's just
Yeah.
he was never really asked to.
This
You're
guy
right.
got
Yep.
5 touchdowns against Alabama in
Greenbow, Alabama.
in a single game. I think he
Which
can
is
do something in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Alabama, it's Alabama. They're not the same. Yeah. No, Alabama has nothing but 5-star recruits.
Yes.
Yes.
Alabama is Alabama.
Greenbow, Alabama.
But anyway, love the pick
Love
Yeah.
the pick.
in the third
Love
round.
the pick.
Hyatt
I
was
was
an
hyped about that.
absolute
He
steal.
was one of the
Yes.
receivers in this draft that I feel like we scouted and didn't see one of those, his hands are iffy,
Yeah.
It was more of the routes.
which I'm fine with.
Yeah, because he can go out and get the deep ball, adjust to that, and he
And-
the over the shoulder.
Yeah.
He can get those.
His cons are literally he's too thin and he doesn't run a lot of routes. That's it.
He's adding
That's it.
on more
like
weight
I'm
as long.
looking at them
Yeah.
right now. So let's see. Scheme created a variety of free releases for him. Okay, so scheme player.
Okay, so
As
in
in,
this
he goes
scheme,
deep.
they can create more free
Route
releases.
tree somewhat limited. He goes deep.
Mm-hmm.
Lean frame lacking in play strength. Thin.
He's already
Knocked
trying
off
to improve
course when
that.
press punch finds him. Thin. Lacks deception in his short and intermediate routes. Deep ball guy. Unsuccessful holding ground when catch is contested. Thin. Like,
Yeah,
so they tried to write up 8 bullet points basically saying he's thin and only goes deep.
yeah.
But you know who was also super thin and only went deep in college?
Odell.
No. We know him. He's very familiar. He burns us a lot now. Where's Green?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
Yes.
And would you not absolutely take that dude
Well,
as receiver
hold
right now?
on.
We should have had him.
I think Devontae Smith was a decent route runner in college. Was he
A
not?
lot of people were saying he was a deep ball guy.
Was he?
Yeah, because he's fast and thin.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but he
was
also,
very.
He,
He,
almost,
still is very thin.
Yes.
Yeah, he almost won the Heisman
But
too.
I,
So,
I think Hyatt has a chip on his shoulder now with that clip about that Cowboys wide receiver coach
Oh yeah.
saying, "What's your skill set? What do you mean?" And Hyatt's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean by that?"
I can't wait for him to just torch the
it's
Cowboys
gonna be
once
great.
this year. I don't care if he does it, if he throws a dud in one of the
I
games.
don't care if he has a Deshaun Jackson stat line: 2
Yeah.
catches, 86 yards, a touchdown, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
just
That's all
and
you
then
need.
the Giants just tweet out that.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, what's your skill set? What do you mean, coach? Well, you're fast. Okay. Can't run routes. Yes, I can. Well, let's see it. All right. Fantastic.
Hold my beer. But that was our
Ian's got the burps.
third round. We didn't have a fourth because we traded it away. I think that was for the first round pick, right?
I think you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe
So
you're
then-
right.
So then they had a pick in the fifth round. I don't remember what pick that was.
I'm pulling it
Anyway, they went with
Oh, this is when we went Eric Gray.
Eric Gray.
Yes.
Yeah. Running
Yes.
back out of Oklahoma, right?
Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
So we didn't know a
Boomer.
whole lot about this guy,
Yeah.
but he seems like he could be a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've all agreed he gives us Ahmad Bradshaw vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no top end speed, but he's elusive.
He
Yes.
is quick, but
Yes.
he's not fast. And
You just say
I
it.
think
What are we
that's.
at?
38.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I think he's
We're
gonna.
not professionals here.
Yeah. No.
I think he's gonna be a good running back though, because
I think so.
I think they
At the
said
very minimum,
He's a
great
he's a
backup.
running back that we need another.
Yeah, because
guy.
Breida
Yeah.
Is-
it's a little questionable.
he's all right.
Yeah.
And I think Brightwell's years are limited.
and I think
Yes.
they
I could
said
very well see this being the last year of Brightwell's NFL career.
I think they said Gray was
I can
all
see it.
right in pass protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And he
we're
was
not-
good receiving the ball as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
Yeah, you could branch him out. In the
Yeah, and
slot.
he's
Yeah.
what, 6 feet, so he's
Yeah,
got
no, he's built
decent
like a running
size.
back.
Yeah, I like the player. He also, fun fact, played with Jalen Hyatt at Tennessee.
Oh, he
Did he?
did.
Mm-hmm.
And transferred to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a little connection
Oh,
because
so Gray
Joe
is
Shane is-
about 5'10", 207.
yeah. So Joe Shane is buddy with someone at Tennessee
Probably.
from the Buffalo days.
Maybe the head coach.
Begins with
whatever
an
his name
H.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the head coach?
So, I mean,
I think so.
we were saying that Gray didn't have a ton of top end speed, but it is worth noting that he hits his top speed almost immediately.
which is great.
Quick.
I mean,
So
Quick.
he's quick. I think that's the
Yeah.
best way to describe him. He's great at juking. He's great at cutting. He hits his top speed very quickly. Now, if he beats a linebacker, he will get caught from behind by the safety.
okay.
I think he could project at his ceiling as a 1B.
Yeah,
I
Running back?
think his ceiling is Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah.
he's a 4th round draft pick. So
Yeah,
it's
like
like,
a-
if
like
he if
Jacobs
he sucks,
Bradshaw,
he sucks.
the
Yeah.
1A, 1B.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
He's not a power guy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can pick it up, but he's not gonna hit a D tackle and fall forward for 5 yards.
Yes.
He's not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just needs work. He's raw.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like we said, Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yep.
I like him. I think it was a well-needed pick considering the Barkley situation.
Yeah.
Which is
It's ever fluid.
It's
very fluid.
supposedly
Yes.
we're in.
Contract talks of
We're in
14
talks,
million.
We're back in talks.
Yeah, who knows?
Which I like. I don't
I mean-
mind him on the tag, but if you want to give him a new contract, that way you can kind of spread out the cap, give a little bit more money this year,
Yes.
so you can go out and
Yeah.
spend, especially post June 1st cuts, because God knows
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
We've
then.
we've said this though.
Yeah.
So it's good for him to sign the deal. It's good for us for him to sign the deal.
Mhm.
So he's got to.
And even right now, it's
it's
still good
Yeah.
for the Giants. If he just plays on the
oh, it's
tag,
great for the
it's
Giants.
still good
it's
for them.
great for
Absolutely.
the Giants. Yeah.
So, Brian, you loved Zach Kuntz out of Old Dominion.
I did. I really did.
I believe this guy
Kuntz.
got looked at because of Zach Kuntz.
Okay.
Trey Hawkins.
Okay.
We took him in the 6th. He's a
Can
corner-
I just touch on Kuntz?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me touch the Kuntz real quick.
Sorry for my pronunciation of that.
So Zach
In the
Kuntz went to
couple
the Jets. I honestly think that's a great fit.
He's going to be the starting tight end.
He is gonna eat with Rodgers, potentially. I don't think Uzuma, whatever.
I tend to agree.
Uzoma.
Uzoma, he's not the guy. He's not a starting. He's not a starting tight end.
He's a starting tight end.
No, he's not.
You're also forgetting how bad the tight end position is across the league.
He's not a starting
There's
tight
like
end.
6, 7 guys that are legit tight ends.
Yes.
All right,
and
so
then
he's
that's it.
he's bottom 15
But
tight end.
we have also realized that the league is really moving towards this 2 tight end set because defenses are getting smaller, which is why we have the Bellinger Waller.
Can we talk about that? We have fucking Darren Waller on our.
Oh, we
football
did.
team? I know, but can we
I
talk
know,
about
you're
it
just-
again?
You're just very excited.
Yeah.
Greg, we're on a theme here right now. We're talking draft day.
I know.
So-
I know.
Kuntz on the Jets
Kuntz-
is going to be fantastic.
It really is. I do.
Yes.
That is the one very very good pick they made.
Yes.
Yep.
But this kid Hawkins, we saw his
Like him.
breakdown at the combine.
Yeah.
Not the combine, at the draft.
Mhm.
And I think we all agree that he's probably going to end up as a safety. He might take over that Julian Love role, best case
Could.
scenario. I mean, he's 6'3", 200. That's
He-
not necessarily a corner.
He's got size to just play
Probably
anywhere.
more of a safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's one of those
Safety.
guys that he's not afraid of contact.
Mhm.
Like he's a good hard hitter at the safety position.
Yep.
Well,
Like a
corner
Landon
position.
Collins type of guy.
He's not as beefy as Collins.
No,
He's
But-
also fast too. Hawkins ran a 4.4 at his pro day.
this is a wink guy.
Yeah.
He can play anywhere.
Yeah, he's just a
gonna play
versatile guy.
anywhere.
Yeah.
It's great. I love this pick.
Yeah.
I really do. I didn't know much about him when they took him. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, okay, Trey Hawkins,
He's,
whatever,
he's,
another
a, he's a
cornerback.
physical corner.
But I didn't know
I
his
agree,
size.
Brian.
I didn't
Yeah.
know his size at the time.
He's super physical.
Yeah.
I think he's going to end up as a strong safety. I don't think he's really
Yeah,
going to play corner.
they're
Yep.
crowded right now. Or
Yep.
I don't want to say crowded at cornerback, but they have a ton of guys like
Yeah, worst case, he's the last DB on the roster. I think he does get transitioned to safety. He's too big and too physical to play corner in my mind. But
He's a
solid pick.
yeah, good
He'll be-
developmental guy.
Worst
Great
case,
pick.
he'll be a great special teamer.
Mm-hmm.
Now that moves us to I think it was our first pick in the 7th round because we had 2 picks in the 7th.
No, we had a.
because
He
you
was the
traded one.
6th.
Hawkins was the 6th.
Yeah. Then we had a
So-
7th.
Mr. Jordan Riley.
Jordan Riley.
Yep.
Yeah, Jordan.
Oregon.
Yes.
He's a realistically
Practice squad.
practice squad.
Maybe a cut guy.
Maybe he'll be a depth D
Yeah.
tackle, but he's going to be a run stuffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that pick that much.
I did. We need depth there.
Yeah, but I mean, what they have 4 total viable, like interior guys for that line right now.
Yeah. I think
Leo, Dex, Ashawn, and
3.
I could have sworn there's someone
So
else.
we have 3 viable guys.
Oh.
I think in the 7th round you're looking just for guys
Depth.
to
We're
fill.
looking for depth.
Pull the Kenny
Yeah.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
it's,
area
it's
like
all
that.
about depth.
Yeah, just depth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I think
you're just
best
looking
case he's off. Or best case he's a run stuffing D tackle that we rotate in and out maybe for 2-3 years.
He's the 4th string.
Worst case he's off the team in a year and a half.
Yeah.
He can replace Cam Brown on special
Yeah,
teams.
Jordan Riley is a name that you might
Yeah,
you might in 10 years.
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
right.
In 10
Yeah.
years when you're doing like a Sporkle quiz
Yeah.
of like the 2024 Giants roster.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, who was that last D tackle? Oh, Jordan Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Five
literally
tackles,
think
a half a sack, stuff like that.
I literally think the Giants look at the board and say, "Okay, where are we the most thin?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they just start
'Cause-
picking from.
'cause
there.
honestly,
As
I think
Kenny
that's-
says, in this area, you're looking for depth.
yeah,
Because honestly, that's now
Smart thing to do.
realizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably one of the most thin. Besides
Yeah.
edge,
I think they're comfortable
I
with
am
their edge depth
surpri-
right now.
But I'm surprised they didn't
could
even
use
address
a little
that.
bit more edge.
I'm surprised they didn't address that. Though.
Yeah.
I think they're realizing that edge right now is kind of a linebacker or a hybrid position.
I
whereas
think
you
they-
can't
Like a
replace
Micah
that,
Parsons.
yeah,
type
where you
of-
can't replace that
player.
interior.
I think they may sign some guy. Like
they might,
once,
they might,
Good-
but I think they're
like a-
fine with
like-
Aziz, Kayvon.
but like a rotational, washed up vet like Justin Houston.
they did also just bring back what's his name on a 1 year
Justin
deal.
Houston would be great. Like just you throw him just in for situational pass
that
rush.
thing we sent the other day had
Yeah.
Justin Houston coming to.
Who was it they just brought
coming to
back
the
on a 1 year
Giants.
deal though?
Shane
Zimenez.
Zimenez.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, I forgot they have.
I think they're fine with him as like the 4th guy rotation.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind like a good wily old vet coming in.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great.
our last pick in the draft, Brian, you were talking about this guy beforehand, Javarius Owens.
Yeah, that's another. It's another versatile pick for Wink. He's listed as a safety, but he's on the. I think he's on the bigger side. He's what 6'2".
6 foot.
Yeah,
200.
he's a
6
big
foot.
dude.
I'm
Yeah.
overestimating.
I swear it's 4 inches.
But I mean, like he can play deep safety. He does enough covering like the slot, and he can play in the box.
Yep.
He's aggressive, doesn't recognize well, not a great tackler. Seems like a special teams guy and
Yeah.
a backup.
Yeah. His grade basically rates out as best case scenario. He's an average backup.
Yes, 100%.
But I think again, like you said, we'll see him on special teams a lot, maybe as a gunner,
Yeah.
which is perfect.
I think he has a better shot of making the team than like
Then Riley.
I heard a
than
lot of
Riley
good things.
or- yeah,
There were a lot of like
Well, you were saying he was one of those guys that you've seen projected as the 4th.
I don't recall.
I could have sworn you said that like an hour ago
Maybe I did.
before
I
we
don't.
started.
No.
unsure.
No, that was Gray.
Either way, somebody said they had seen him at some point projected like
Yeah.
late.
Stick
4th.
with the story.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
But this is a guy we got.
Another guy
Here's a guy.
moving on from Owens. Another guy we saw projected as a 4th. Bryce Ford Wheaton.
We're doing
Yes.
UDFA's next episode.
Well,
Yes.
I just want to touch on him real quick because
A lot of potential.
Yep.
He's quick. He's tall, and that's what we're going to leave it at because we need to have content next week, Brian.
I know.
It's May.
damn
There's
it,
not a lot of
Brian.
football
I know,
stuff going
I know,
on.
I
So
know,
let's
I
talk
know.
about Javarius Owens.
Yes.
Brian.
Sorry. I got excited.
So listen,
We're having our fans be
There's-
too excited.
listen. I mean, there's not a lot to talk
Just
about.
gotta
with
tease
Javarius
him a little
Owens.
bit.
You better hope that's empty.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Don't
Who
want
puts
to pull a
beer
Greg.
on a couch cushion.
I forgot I was there.
Disgusting.
Forgot I was there.
Owens, special teamer, gunner, best case scenario, backup safety. I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I
perfectly
think
fine
I think
with
we're
it.
happy with it. I think we're all thrilled with the draft, to be honest.
honestly, probably one of the better drafts I've seen as a Giants fan.
Yeah, I mean, we took 7 guys.
I
Seven
think- I
guys,
think it
and
was
I wanna
very
say
much
5 of them were top 30
quality.
visits. So the Giants have proven if you're a top 30 visit, you have legitimate interest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was quality over quantity.
Yep.
But I think
In
that
my
could be a
opinion.
downfall for the Giants. Like if
Could
you
be.
It could translate to a very transparent board.
but at the same
Yes.
at the same time, you could have some sort of deception. Like, oh yeah, you're bringing in.
Well, we brought in Clayton Tune.
They also brought in Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
I think is
They did. We may have had no interest in him.
no. So there was a report. Like if he was there at the Giants pick
In the
or-
third?
in the third, even
They
if
would've
like where
snagged
they
him.
traded up to take Hyatt, if he was there, the Giants were very serious about
Well, in the third,
taking
we
him
even
there,
all agreed
which
that
would have
that might have
been
been just
wild.
too much value to pass up.
that.
Yeah.
I would have loved him where the Giants
I wouldn't have
took
loved
Hyatt.
it, but I would have liked it.
I think the Giants past the second round were full value
Yeah,
picks.
BPA.
Yes.
Well, speaking of value, I think PFF was it PFF? Came-
Everyone has basically given us an A+.
yes.
PFF, they rated like the top value of every team. Giants were number 1. I think it was the Steelers were number
Steelers
2.
and the Eagles were up
yeah,
there.
Steelers
Yeah.
had a great draft.
Yeah.
Eagles were up there because
Yeah.
they got a guy that was rated like top 5 at 9.
Well, character will do that. They don't
Yeah.
rate that,
Yes.
but
But I mean, that was a great draft. I think we're thrilled.
great draft.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think first 3 rounds we got 3 starters.
Can't go wrong.
And I think minicamp starts soon.
Yeah.
Mini camp does start soon.
Yeah,
We
rookie
should-
camp
we should
just
have
wrapped up,
Some
so-
content
Mhm.
other than just like this is what we think. But next week, which is the 12th to the 14th,
Yes.
we will probably release the episode on the 14th.
Yep.
I think we're doing what interior line.
We're gonna do
Yeah, we're
a
gonna break
little
down.
brief recap on the UDFAs.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little undrafted free agents, and
Yep.
then a little bit of a breakdown on the interior offensive line.
Yep.
So guard, center,
And
obviously,
Yep.
and so
should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. I mean, we'll figure it out as we go, right? We
Yeah.
got a whole summer to get through.
Oh yeah.
kind of
And that's it, guys. So,
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
happy Cinco
happy
de
Cinco
Mayo.
de Mayo.
This will come out Sunday night. So if you're hearing it Sunday night or Monday morning, hopefully you enjoyed your Friday
Yep.
night like we are. And take it easy.
Take it easy.
take it easy.